What's up, y'all? It's Amber All Real, and I am back. Welcome back to my channel, and Happy New Year. I missed y'all so much, but let's get into it. Today, we're gonna do a wig install over lock. So as you can see, her locks are pretty decent length. So what I'm gonna do is start by braiding her down. What you want to do when you're doing this is you kind of want to like braid them down as flat and as small as possible. I honestly think I probably could have got her braids a little smaller, but she asked me did she need a retwist for this, and I told her that it was not necessary. Honestly, for this type of install, I feel like it's best for them not to have a retwist. I feel like you'll be able to braid it down and it'll lay flatter with more new growth. So like I said, we're just gonna braid her down to the back. Braid the braids as small as you possibly can. Y'all watching this playing back now, I really kind of want to redo it because I really feel like I probably can get her braids smaller. The only thing is, if I would have done them smaller, I would have more ends to kind of tuck. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I've done this type of install plenty of times. Most of the time it's like the girls really have pretty lengthy locks. So one thing you have to remember is definitely making sure that you get them as flat as possible, because you got to tuck those ends, you guys. You see that? Look how thick that is. Like, I got to hide them. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Of course, like I told you guys, you got to like hide the ends. You want to tuck them. You want to make them as flat as possible. And there's no one way to do this. You're going to kind of have to like play with the locks depending on like how thick they are, and try to see how you can maneuver them to where you can get them as flat as possible to your head. What I did was kind of cross one over the back. As you can see, I crossed the two ends over. And then I decided to like kind of like fold the other locks in to try to make it kind of like mimic, I guess, how the back of her head would be, and just get it as flat as possible. Like I said, it's kind of like a trial and error thing, because depending on how long and thick the locks are, this part will be your biggest challenge. But just make sure you're getting them as flat as possible. One thing I'm also doing is making sure that I'm like sewing it down completely as flat as possible. Like, as you can see, I'm sewing them to the bottom braids that I kind of tucked under, behind her head. Making sure that you're sewing the locks down really, really good will ensure that it has as least bumps or like lumps in the back as possible. It's almost, when the locks are this long, it's damn near impossible to not, it's gonna look like something. It's gonna be thicker in the back because of those locks, but you want to keep the bulk as close to the bottom of the head as possible, so that it's not as noticeable. So also making sure that you're sewing them down completely so that it's kind of smooth under the wig. You see how I'm kind of making it where it'll be smooth? You want to do that to minimize people being able to notice like there's something under there. So now this is like the finished product. I've sewed it down. Now I'm going to cut all the combs out of the wig. They do do not serve any justice, especially for this type of install. They're just gonna be in the way or snagging on the locks. So we're cutting out all the combs, and then I'm going to try to like fit it on her head just to see before I put the cap on to make sure it fits for one, and to see how smooth it's gonna look. That was a good fit. Now I'm gonna go in and oil her scalp just like I would do any other client, and we're gonna get ready to put this HD cap on. Y'all, it's like me looking crazy while I'm doing somebody's hair, baby. My hair was a hot mess. I had a closure and it was lifted up. That's why I had the hat on. But anyway, enough about that. If you guys like this content and you want to see more, please subscribe and check out my other videos. As well as I would love for you all to drop any tips, any comments down below in the comment section. Any questions you have, drop them down below and let me know. Also, let me know what you want to see more of. Okay, now that I've put the cap on and it has dried, I'm just going in with some makeup to match her skin tone to put around the front. So it just gives ball cap method. Next, of course, we're going to go in and cut the cap. And she was kind of nervous. You could kind of see it in her face. Like, it was for her birthday, so she was a little nervous. But I told her, don't worry, I got her. Also, don't forget to go in and clean the hairline with alcohol to remove any oil, makeup, and residue. So now I'm applying the wig, and yes, it was slightly attached because those locks are under there, but I got it on. It was a snug fit. I still went in and decided to sew the back down to her locks to ensure that it's secured. The hair was so long on the wig. Sometimes when you do these type of installs, it can like kind of pull, like drag back, if that makes sense. So I just went in and sewed the back of the wig down to her locks. I also went in the middle of the wig once I was done, and I sewed down the middle as well. That was actually her request, but that was really smart of her, and I would suggest that to anybody doing wig installs. It doesn't hurt to go in through the middle of the wig and also sew that down as well. Like I said, it helps to keep the wig from kind of like pulling down when they have like longer length. All right, y'all, we are halfway done. Here's the good part. We finally get to apply the glue. She said she was going out. It was her birthday, so I'm sure I put a good 3 or 4 coats. I know I put 3. I'm sure I put 4 because that's just my go-to. I like to put 4 or 5, to be honest, just because I like it to stay. You guys, don't forget, when you are applying the lace glue, make sure you are putting thin coats, and make sure that you are waiting for each coat to turn clear before applying the next coat. So while I was letting the layers of glue dry, I just decided to start curling the back, because that wig was very full and long. So I just went on ahead and started curling. Now, once the glue is clear and tacky, you're going to go ahead and lay the lace like as you would any other lace wig install. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with doing a lace wig install, I have another video that I've previously recorded that gives step-by-step directions, and I'm going to link that down below. And this is the final look. It's flat, it's seamless. You would have never known that it was any locks up under here, you guys. And also, I would love for you guys, if there are any hairstyles or install tutorials that you would like to see, drop it down below. Any comments, any questions, leave them for me, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.